Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of the ASSEA Effect here on Kos Island. Today we've got an amazing guest, Apostolia, who owns a company regarding to bioenergy and biosoils. So we're going to learn all about what she's doing, all the fantastic things that she's doing here on Kos, and how we can all get involved as well. So welcome, thank you very much for joining us. It's a real pleasure. So first of
Very
all,
much
what I
for
want to do is
inviting.
I just want to ask about your company itself. So, ASSEA, Bioenergy and Biosoils, what's inspired you to create this journey?
Well, AC is a family company which started from my vision to recycle seaweed wastes of the sea plant called Posidonia oceanica. Um, I'm a mechanical engineer. I studied in UK and I used to work in other recycling companies, especially when I especially spotted the disposal of large amount of this type of wastes in Kos, especially in Mastihari port. I've decided to offer a cleaning service and a solution for recycling and reusing this type of waste, which is very valuable and it's like a clean green waste.
Wonderful. Sounds amazing. For those that don't know, Master has a lot of seaweed, okay? It's inundated with the seaweed. And as far as I'm aware, you may be able to correct me, it's due to the fact of the port that was built, the harbour that's been built, and it's inadvertently created more seaweed onto the beaches. So it is a fantastic thing to be able to do because with seaweed, we're not allowed to just throw it in the garbage. It has to be either put back into the sea or something done with it. Um, is that correct? Am I right in saying what I'm
It is correct. Actually, we are collecting it from the port itself because we are allowed to do so when we use like heavy machines like excavators, etc. We are allowed to do it only from ports after a special permission. Um, if someone wants to clean like the beach from this type of from such wastes, that comes from the leaves of Posidonia oceanica, then we need another type of equipment, like a more lightweight machines to to get into the beach and clean it. So at the moment, yeah, we are taking it only from Mastihari port, and well, the reasons of this uh, phenomenon happening in Mastihari port is there are a lot of reasons actually, but I think the main is not just the construction of the port itself, but it's the rise in temperature in sea temperature that causes the leaves to fall faster. So like the plant dies faster, and so it is like a phenomenon of nowadays because of the climate change.
okay? Fascinating. So, what specific challenges in sustainability and bioenergy were you hoping to address on costs?
Well, I would like to say that because it's a blessed island with wonderful beaches and wonderful landscapes, in contrast to many other Aegean islands, Kos is a green island which, like the rest, suffers from climate change and drought. Due to tourism and high traffic, the island has developed a tourism strategy which, however, does not aim for or include sustainability. This is where AC Bioenergy comes in, offering recycling services for bulky green waste and ecological compost. So this is what we are trying to cover. This like there is like a need for um, more sustainable practices. And this is what we saw from first time, and we managed to do this to have this service.
It's wonderful that something like this is happening on the island. When I first read about this happening, I think it was about a year ago, I saw like a social media post or something. I was immediately like, wow, Kos is doing something incredible. There's something happening that is worthwhile on the island, because we do face a lot of challenges on Kos, and there is a lot of resistance from um, just tradition, the way that people live on the island. And we do have a lot of tourism. Hundreds of thousands of people are coming through this island every summer. So yeah, I I am in awe of what you're doing. It's amazing. So thank you very much. Um, so ASSEA focuses on bioenergy and sustainable soil solutions. Can you explain how these two areas connect, why they are so vital for the environment?
Bioenergy is a form of renewable energy sources that comes from the energy utilization of organic materials of biological origin. So it is defined as the chemical energy stored in plants and animals or in the waste they produce. The process that we follow aims to utilize this energy that comes from Mother Nature to produce organic fertilizers and biosoils. Due to climate change, the soils, especially in the Aegean region, became dry and poor in organic matter and other nutrients as well. So AC offers the most sustainable solution to replenish soil, as all the raw materials that we use in our production process come from seaweed waste, grass, and other running wastes. So through our products, we contribute in water saving, since the compost we produce has the ability to retain more than 40% of the water used for planting. Um, so this itself help us to um, save water as well, and or in other words as well, to have a better use of water in the island, uh, too.
Okay, interesting. Um, can you just explain for the people out there that don't really know what biosoil is? What what are you actually doing with
Okay,
your
yeah,
product?
definitely. So we have two products. Our products splits in compost itself, which is 100% organic fertilizer. So we use it as fertilizer. So we use it on top of the plants, or maybe mixing it with soil while we are planting. The other product we have is Biosoil, where Biosoil is a ready mixture. So we mix we are doing the mixture, if you like, in our production plant, and is ready for potting. So it is like we are mixing it with our compost, and we are taking soil which is recyclable. So which is recycled. Sorry. So we take our soils from another company which recycles inert materials. So these inert materials sometimes they include soils from excavations. So they take their inert materials and soils from excavations. They they clean it somehow from other type of wastes. They screen it, and they sell it as recycled soil to us, and then we take it and we mix it with our composts. So we have a pure organic biosoil as well. This is why we call it biosoil.
So your products, are they generally used for like local farming, to produce fruit, vegetables, etc.? is there a domestic, can we buy it domestically in like go to the garden centre and I put it on my plants? Um, who's it available
Yeah,
to
yeah,
basically?
yeah, of course, of course. Um, our products is certified from using in biofarms as well. But it's like a wide range products, so it can be used uh, from like everyone, for even potting flowers, or if you want to have a specific production as well of a specific fruit, for example. Um, if anyone can find it here in Kos Island, we, I would say, have the honor to sell our products in Kritikos supermarket. So anyone can find it in Cardamena, in supermarket Kritikos, and in all other Kritikos supermarkets. I think there is one in Antimachia, and two more in Costown.
Wonderful, amazing. Are there any, other than what we've just spoken about, are there any other projects that you're working on with regards to bioenergy?
Uh, at the moment, we um, the products the projects that we are working on are mainly regarding sustainability. That we are focusing on that at the moment, because there are still a lot to plan uh, and around this aspect in Kos Island. There are a few more steps that we need to go through to to reach our targets, because unfortunately, there is not such a good, if you like, waste waste recycling in Kos Island. To be honest, I think we are recycling only inert materials. So we have like more than uh, two companies, I think, that they recycle inert materials. But we still need a recycling plant for definitely for plastics, etc. Because we have a plant which actually we call it as a recycling plant, but it's not a recycling plant. It's just receiving these types of wastes, and maybe compress them and send them in other other companies, but not in the island. They are not located in the island, and so definitely, I mean, there are a lot of steps to do. We are um, in some kind of conversations with the Aegean Islands uh, public authorities to um, include costs in a project regarding sustainability, do reforestations as well, that we want to be able to do with our products that we create, from recycling. And yeah, there's more to announce, but not at this moment.
Well, it all sounds wonderful, and I do think that putting Kos on the map for this kind of thing will only do good things for the island, and raising awareness and educating people and more people that know about it. It won't just like think about the biosoil, it'll hopefully get them to think about the other elements of recycling as well, and the fact that we need to be more sustainable. So yeah, any project that you've got going on and going on in the future, I think is going to be incredible. Um, Many people think of renewable energy in terms of solar, wind. It's not really, we only know what we're taught about, really. Where does bioenergy fit in? How does it compare to the terms of impact and efficiency within the basically renewable energy world?
actually utilizing bioenergy in an industrial production instead of wasting other energy sources is a sustainable practice, and which limits carbon emission in the atmosphere. We use a low energy consumption bagging machine, and all byproducts, for example, plastics or other type of wastes that we may separate while screening process are sent to other recycling companies, as I said before. So we it is like a circle, all products coming in come from other recycling plants, and all products, byproducts, wastes, for example, that come out, they as well go to other recycling plants. So this is a sustainable practice, but also, as I said, carbon emissions in the atmosphere is the next big deal, I will call it. And Kos will have to face it because we need more um, we need more clean uh, energy sources, and less emissions. So
So
this
with
is something
costs,
that we
it's
contribute,
talk
to
about low emissions, etc. And unfortunately, you walk around the island, especially in winter, and there's this constant burning of waste products in people's land, garden. They make it their go-to way to dispose of their garbage through burning it, which, as you know, it's not the cleanest way to get rid of these products. Um, can there be something done with regards to bioenergy, with regards to all this waste product that everybody's burning?
To be honest, there is a period, usually during summer, that burning such wastes is illegal
Yeah.
because of the fire legislation, etc. So I would say that there are ways to sort this out. I mean, everyone knows that this period uh, is illegal to burn our wastes. And it's also dangerous because, if anyone burns everywhere, wastes. Imagine what is going to happen also with these emissions as well. We've seen like a lot of times in around Pili area, for example, this phenomenon happening, and people could not even go out from their houses like for a couple of days. So it's unhealthy. It is not a sustainable practice and is not legal. So people know that, but unfortunately, there is no. I would say there's no. Um, there's none public authority that is dealing properly with the problem, and maybe the I don't know. Maybe the municipality should take actions to prevent this. This needs to change. We are trying to offer services. Um, However, it's very, very difficult if we don't, if it's, if we cannot communicate with the authorities. Uh, it's very difficult to even communicate this with people. And especially if people see that these type of illegal practices are happening from the local authorities, then of course this is not something they care about, So I think the first thing that needs to be to change is the way that the municipality like itself holds the the problem, and deals with the problem.
I feel like there's nobody's given an alternative solution with things like this. So they're saying yes, it's illegal to not do it, but if at the end of the day people have got this waste, they need an alternative solution on how to dispose of it. So yeah, it does hold with the municipality or a private company that could come in and essentially recycle everybody's waste products. I think there's a bit of a gap here with a lot of things when it comes to recycling, which is quite strange because um, I I'm not from Greece. I'm from the UK. And when I used to come on holiday here as a kid, and you see that water is heated up by solar panels, that was really innovative for us from the UK. And now it seems to be like we've kind of reversed, like the Greece has stayed still, Kos has stayed still. They're still heating up water with their solar panels, but everybody else back in other European countries are doing everything with solar panels now. And I'm starting to see more and more solar panels around, but it is still an expensive option. Would you agree with that?
It depends on which side you are looking at. So I would say like long term, if you see it like long term investment, then definitely it's not an expensive project, you know, to use solar panels. My personal opinion is that we need to take action regarding new, setting up new hotels. For example, when we when we give license in a hotel um, to construct and to use our resources in Kos Island, and we definitely need to set some parameters of recycling. So I think this needs to be done from the very first point of establishing a new hotel company in Kos Island. So this has to come from the municipality. This is why, this is like a conversation that it actually comes back to the same starting point, which is the to setting boundaries. So in my personal opinion, tourism is very nice and is very good for our community and the economy of our island, but we need to set some restrictions, and these restrictions will help locals to grow, to thrive. But also these hotels will also thrive because this is the new legislation as well. The green energy sustainability is everywhere in hospitality as well. So it will be cost will be one of the um, um, uh, one of the good, destinations in terms of sustainability, and we need to be first in the list. So if we don't take actions, now about for the future, then we definitely not going to be in the first list, and yeah.
Yeah, I
And
would sure.
and regarding one of your previous questions regarding that, I mean, the most, you know, just to give you an example on the how difficult it is for us to communicate with or even collaborate with coast municipalities, that we still hear these questions asking, why should I pay for my wastes when it is my wastes? And you and why should you profit from my waste? It's like they want us to offer a service for free because we may have some profit from it at the end of the maybe 12 months period that we need to work with this type of waste to be able to have a product. So it's we're still having this kind of old I don't know, traditional, old way of thinking, but I would say it's not a traditional. To be honest, I'm just saying that this type of thinking comes from the lack of knowledge and lack of maybe willing to get some knowledge.
Do you think
That's it.
the younger generations will be better, um, more open to the idea?
I am positive, to be honest, but it comes, it's up to us as parents and up to us as teachers, for example, to try to, talk about such aspects to our kids. And yeah, I am positive because I'm a positive person, generally speaking. But I think the kids can understand much more. They have their mind is like an open, open window and not closed. And this is our aim as well, to try to communicate these problems and these aspects with kids. This is why next week we are waiting for a school to visit our premises and our recycling plant and talk about this. And also we are planning to let the kids get involved in the production itself. So getting the writings about the temperature and the humidity, and get involved in the whole process as well. This I think this is the way to get these kids closer to what we are doing and communicate the whole project with them.
That's incredible. The fact that you're opening up to schools and schools are willing to get on board with this, because you're right. Education starts with that practice, actually getting involved and really getting to know. Kids get bored sat in the classroom just being talked at. So to be able to go in and to actually see actually happening and to really understand will be a really good education, hopefully. If more and more kids do things like this, then the next generations are going to be more educated and going to be more willing to change the practices that's been happening, which is amazing, which links really nicely onto my next question with regards to success stories, because I think that's a huge success in itself, getting the schools on board. So are there any success stories where your work has been making a visible difference in the environment in the local community? What are we seeing?
Well, there are success stories, definitely. I mean, in terms, we actually are members of Kos Locally Grown. I would call it a success story because there are more than 40 members in this so-called, like federation. Those companies are mainly producers from Kos Island. They are some of them they're producing wine, other just vegetables or other materials that they end up in the cells or they end up to be consumed in big hotels as well. This federation helps people to communicate and to contribute in sustainable practices and also maintaining a more sustainable practice in their production itself, which actually leads um, to communicate better, but also to promote sustainability, and it goes straight to the end consumer. This is a success story because they see the we have these stickers and everything from Kos locally grown. We are trying to make it bigger for tourists as well when they go back home, to be able to get into the website and search for this type of products. That they have this sign, this sticker. That they are locally produced without any chemicals or without an excess, energy source consuming. So I believe it is a success story. As I said, there are a lot of things to do, more.
I walk
So
around the supermarkets or the little local stores and I see the little signs with cost locally grown. And I'm really impressed that this initiative is actually taking place. And I do want to speak to the whole initiative on a podcast at some point because I think it's great for Kos and the fact that we're promoting natural local products is great. And that fact that there's a community of now these businesses coming together like yourself, um, it's a huge success story. And it's something that's current, it's something that's needed now and that people are wanting and respecting now as well.
uh, definitely, yeah. And as I said, I'm also happy about it. This is why I mentioned it. Also, I would say that we already have two important feedbacks. One comes from local edible sprouts and flowers producer who made tests and concluded that he saw a significant change in plant development and taste after using our products. So this is actually how it's a real example how a real product contributes to the and reach the end consumer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not just, okay, I'm getting the compost and using it in my garden. It's actually the product itself that you are getting. So, and it has all these values, in it. So these of course are vital since our products are high quality and they are produced in cost, which means that we contribute in limiting the need of chemical fertilizers and boost local economy, but also the carbon footprint, as we said earlier, when locals use our products is limited, since there are no emissions or energy wasted for transport. So
Yeah.
no energy needs to be wasted to bring these products in cost, like trucks and receipts and all of this energy waste. And furthermore, the cleaning and recycling service that we offered free of charge when we first established in 2021 to the Municipal Port Fund Authority of Kos Island, led to a landfill dump restoration placed somewhere close to Mastihari, which unfortunately lasted only for 2 years. I have to say that, since other local authorities, such as the Public Cleaning Service, are still using this spot as a dump. So we cleaned this dump, and after 2 years is still kind of in the same situation as before it was cleaned. So
It's a real shame.
yeah, yeah.
Say that comes down to what we've just spoken about the education and changing people's mentalities. And hopefully, this will come with a little bit of time, the more education comes. But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
yeah. But you're doing some amazing stuff. It's incredible. Um, how can local residents and businesses, or even our tourist visitors, support these sustainable practices and bioenergy efforts on the island?
The best way to support our practices is by replacing the chemical fertilizer with AC products. Also, there are only a few hotels that they collaborate with us to recycle their green waste. Despite this is mandatory as per national and European legislation, there are still a lot of hotels businesses and other, and even then local public service of cleaning, as we said earlier, recycling and greening, which doesn't recycle those wastes, and they threw them everywhere around the island. Locals need to understand that we all should care about the environment and protect it, since this is our home. The recycling businesses located on the island are the ones that they can highlight this problem. This is my opinion, and good practices. And highlight these good practices, and we call the locals to support our aim. If all authorities in the public or private sector start to follow the legislation and request proof of recycling, this would contribute to stop the systematic pollution of the island that is happening for decades. And I think this is, this can be a start of a better waste management, and, a further supporting recycle in the island.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope that we go on to do this. And it comes back to the fact that us as locals or people that are living here, we're doing quite a lot to try and help. I recently interviewed Recycled In. I assume you've heard of the recycling company Recycled In, and they're doing some amazing things, recycling the plastic waste, etc. But again, it's trying to get the bigger businesses and the municipality all on board to deliver the same message, to try and educate and have a strong message going across that we need to stop throwing our litter. We need to stop doing these bad habits that we've established. And I do think more and more people are getting on board. And I think from the last podcast, I definitely had businesses saying, how do we get involved in recycling the plastic? So there is good steps. And I think these podcasts are helping, because it's making people's ears prick up and think, what can we do to help?
I think it's very important. What you're doing is really interesting, and I would also call it promising, because dealing with such sensitive aspects, and I think they are sensitive because, as we said earlier, people are not very familiarized, with such. At least locals, with such aspects here in Kos. I think you also contribute in the, spreading this information out. And because I used to study in England, in UK, and I think, I think the UK is maybe decades, before us, before Greece, comes in recycling. So definitely UK is one of the countries that is much, much more, um, doing successive business in recycling and wasting management. So definitely is good if not only locals, get to know about it, that we exist in Kos Island, even if we are not very, we are not very well known yet, but we are at least working on on that way, to get more well known, and our actions to actually
I think over
get
time,
more.
more and more people will know, and the word does spread. It only takes so up until this interview, I've been talking to everybody. It's like, I'm going to interview the seaweed recycling people, and I've been really excited. And I've been telling everybody, and I've not known so much about bioenergy and biosoils or anything like that, but because I've been excited about how much what you're actually doing. I've literally told everybody, and then they've been fascinated in like, oh, what does that do? What are they doing? And hopefully, just by one conversation, then passes on to the next person, then passes on to the next person, and I think that's how it works. Um, yeah. What are your what's ASSEA's biggest goals for the next 5 years? What are you planning?
For the next 5 years? That's a
Yeah,
good question.
yeah.
um, well, our goal is mainly to awaken the society that Posidonia oceanica seaweed waste can be recycled and reused in improving the soil and planting. To be able to also to be able to export and made to export a made in Kos compost to other countries and create more products from waste. So I would say these are one of our main goals. Um, to me, it's like a dream to be able to advertise my island through my work. Um, I really love my island. Uh, Otherwise, I wouldn't come back. I had a really good job position in job role in UK. Um, I was traveling in Scotland. I was, receiving all the time more, uh, you know, uh, extra seminars, educational trips, etc. But Kos is my hometown, and I care about the reputation of my island. I want my island to be um, a well-known island, not just for the beautiful beaches, or for the very nice infrastructure and big five-star hotels. There are other things that we can advertise, and we can promote, and we need to implement it. We have people that they are well educated, they are engineers, they are, in other fields as well, that they can help this place to grow more in terms of technology or, subjects like recycling, etc.
It's great to hear that you're in love with the island, you're in love with your homeland basically. Because as a foreigner, I love Kos. There's a reason why I've moved here. But there's a lot of people moving away and they don't come back. But there is something special about Kos, and it's people like yourself that are making a difference to make it even more special. So that's wonderful to hear. And I know you studied in Huddersfield, so I myself from West Yorkshire, I'm from Leeds, so I know the area so pretty well. So I
It's a beautiful
understand
area.
that it places like that have everything to offer, and to come back to help your home island is an amazing thing to be doing. So I take my hat off to you. How do you see cost evolving in terms of sustainability? And do you hope that a seed's going to have a role in that to play in that transformation?
I hope ASEA I see will contribute to make Kos Island a net zero and sustainable destination. And, not just in papers, but in real life, I would say, because as we already discussed, next few years, um, the destinations that will make a difference, are the destinations that they take actions regarding recycling and sustainable practices. So, it's good to know that there are a few big hotels that they collaborate with us, and they are also implementing new ways to to deal with their waste management. So let me um, let me just refer to them. It's not about advertising. It's just for me being thankful that they are contribute, in setting up the all this recycling philosophy. I mean, like most of them are come from Atlantica. I mean, I have like two Atlantica hotels in Cardamona, and um, there are two that they collaborate with Atlantica. It's Mrs. Trendafilopoulos. They are in Marmari, and there is one that we are starting a collaboration this year. It's ICOS or ECOS, I don't know, like this. It's in Kefalos, and they are. I need to mention. It's important for us that they are implementing a full organic waste management in collaboration with us. So they are actually buying these big, brown bins that we call them for the organic wastes, and we already set a new plan for receiving such wastes, that they are not bulk, they are they should get this service from, public services, like from,
Yeah,
you
so
know
that's
the
really innovative
public
for
cleaning service.
cost.
But unfortunately, because this service is not has not been established yet from municipality, of course, they are paying themselves,
Yeah, that's
to do
really
it in collaboration with us. We are trying to help, yeah.
it's the
So even
first.
even if, yeah.
Sorry, I
No,
was
no,
going to say
go.
it's the first
Yeah.
company or hotel that I've heard of doing something like that here on Kos. Um, a lot of people are still struggling with their plastic waste, so to do the whole bio brown bin, and to me, I understand what you mean by brown bin. In the UK, we have brown bins. The houses, we have brown bins for our garden waste, for our compostable waste, basically. And I don't think people really understand what a brown bin is here. I don't think they've ever really heard of that concept of composting in the same
Let
way that,
me just
yeah.
Yeah, let me just mention that those brown bins should be everywhere around Kos Island since January of 2022. This is what the European law says. This is what the national law as well says. But for certain reasons, unfortunately, these bins has not been I don't know bought. These weren't that big. The cleaning service didn't bought them. I really don't know what is the reason that they didn't yet implement all these projects that the legislation refers to. But anyway, I mean, even you know even with this um, difficult even in this difficult situation, we are very happy that we collaborate with a hotel company that is, wanted to pay for this, and to do it alone,
Yeah.
and to try to set a plan to collaborate on getting their from their organic waste. Mainly it's mainly it's, they come from only the green part, the cold part of the cuisine. So mainly it's like watermelon waste, orange, even coffee wastes that,
Yeah, yeah.
like coffee, it's a big deal in hotels. It's a big waste, so yeah, I cannot actually say more because it's like it will be like a testing. This season will be like a test season on the whole uh, project. But I'm positive. I think we will establish it for next year as well. We will find a way and set the base we need to have for the practice that we should follow and use for next year's, and with other hotels, of course.
Well, I'd love to hear how it all goes, and because they're setting a precedent, it only takes one person to start it, and they're setting a precedent. So I'd love to hear how it actually goes and what the results are from it. We could have an entire podcast just on what you're doing there at ICOS, just to learn about the whole process. Yeah, wonderful. Um, so we're going to wrap up a little bit now. We've learned so much about what you're doing, and I think it's incredible. And there's so much to learn as well. So, if our listeners could take away one key message from our conversation today, what would you want it to be?
Say that in Greece, people need to act more on publishing any illegal action of garbage disposal and pollution. Not to be indifferent and not to show tolerance. Our actions make the difference, not our words. So let's all take actions about it. Um, so not to be indifferent. I think this is the key.
That's a great message, and I hope people do take away that message. If anybody wants to learn more about your amazing company and how to get involved in supporting your mission, how would they go about doing that?
We have a website, of course. This is www.ac. This is ASSEA.gr. So they can get there. It's in English as well. We are maybe in a few months have another in another languages as well. Maybe German. I don't know, and French, or as much more as the more the better.
Yeah.
For people to understand what we are doing. And yeah, they can also find our contacts there, like telephone number, email, or anything. They can send us an email if they want to ask anything, or if we can contribute. Of course, I'm like very open to receive their requests. If we can contribute on anything, we will next few months we will support reforestation. This is one of our goals, and wherever we can contribute, we are open, and this is what I want them to know. And yeah, collaboration is it's in my mentality. So I think um, um, communities thrive through collaboration. So,
I totally
and if
agree.
people
If we
want to
can come
collaborate, they can
together,
find ways.
I
Yeah,
think the more people that
exactly.
can come together, the more we can get done for the better. It's like trying to do something on your own. It's going to be so much effort, but if you bring 10 people into the mix, it's going to make the workload so much easier. So, yeah, I totally get your philosophy and your way of thinking and way of working. Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
I hope next time we can have like maybe a communication or a collaboration with Greece and UK authorities as well. Maybe UK authorities can help us to to bring another technologies and maybe give us their knowledge. Because
Yeah, that would be
help
amazing.
help help our help our municipality to thrive.
Yes. Yeah, I think we need
Why
that
not?
education. I do think that we need to bring that knowledge from not just the UK, but from all different countries coming together. And I don't know whether there's the
Yeah.
opportunity to have like um, a partnership between two countries. So maybe there's a similar company in the UK to yourself that you could create a partnership with and hopefully bring the message over here, etc., and see where it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice idea. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for your invitation. And
Thank you. It's
I
been an
really had a good
absolute
time.
pleasure. I've
My
absolutely
pleasure.
loved
My
it.
pleasure.
Well, thank you very much for listening, everybody, and very a big thank you to Pistolia. She's really educated me, and hopefully she's educated yourself and you're ready to get involved with the bioenergy revolution that we're going to have here on Kos. If you've liked our podcast, please click like. Please put any comments on or send me any messages that you may have. And if you are loving the ASSEA effect with all our wellness chats to do with Kos Island, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for listening again. Love to you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.